Amazing visuals of the ocean floor. There are incalculable mysteries hidden in the ocean, which encompasses over 70% of our globe. The unknown depths of the ocean have long intrigued and frightened humans. Come along with us as we explore the depths of the ocean in search of the terrifying secrets that lie beneath. Aquatic alien spacecraft. A handful of boys who, as they gaped at this peculiar, unidentifiable object, the cruisers couldn't believe what they were seeing. The sight of what appeared to be an object moving just beneath the water's surface startled everyone on board. Balloon that materialized from the boat's right side and moved to its left as it passed by them. And that the video went viral, leading many to speculate that it was a UFO or maybe a large fish. While according to some, it's all a trap. Marine mammals. If it weren't for the footage, the boat owner probably would have struggled to explain it to the insurance. Oh my goodness. This whale breached out of the blue, from below the water surface, causing it to quake when its upper half touched down on the boat. You all must be consideration of the cruisers on the boat. Fortunately, they were able to evade the scene without risk. In the middle of sharks. On the open sea, the paddler became stuck in a gun battle with a school of sharks. The scene was straight out of a suspenseful film, with fins circling in all directions. The paddler, who sliced through the water one by one in order to leap on to obtain this kayaker, who was merely attempting to swiftly reach safety while simultaneously forming a makeshift sword out of his paddle and attacking any of the relentless each time he encountered potential danger. The clash of water mirrored the conflict between humans and their natural enemies. Unusual and uncontrolled interaction. Certainly, however, in 2003, there's this crazy tale about Nukus. Luna, the orca, chose to strike up a conversation with a canine vessel seriously, an orca and a dog sharing a passionate moment. Luna, frightened, began to bark constantly, and still, orca was planning the unforeseen. Meet up unless someone managed to capture it on tape. You wouldn't believe it. It's like a scene from a movie. A canine and a whale gently releasing the air. Currents in the nature certainly has a way of throwing curveballs, even in the vast expanse of the NCA. Imperiled leatherback turtles. Who would have thought they could be so menacing with their two paddles? Were out on the open sea when they came upon a massive leatherback turtle, which is at risk of extinction. Accompanied them and encountered a school of fish that captivated their attention, leading them to pursue it relentlessly as it swam beneath the surface. The leatherback turtle pretended to charge at the paddle boarders in an attempt to frighten them away as they approached the boat for inspection, quickly after identifying them as possible. Mariners near there. Meeting while at sea, just as the mariner was about to lose himself in the peacefulness of fishing, he was abruptly confronted with an unbelievable encounter. This film depicts a near miss right from the start. Along Massachusetts' shore, a marine scientist who had been observing and documenting shark behavior, suddenly a great white shark sprang out of the water, giving him an up-close encounter he'd never had before, only a foot below the surface. I have to look into as I peered downward. I beheld the gaping maw of the massive great white shark. His ordinary day was turned upside down when he found himself in the jaws of a shark, which was an exhilarating and thrilling experience. Orcas came closer to the kayak. From August 2010 onwards in Canada's a sea kayaker was leisurely paddling along the serene waters when Johnstone directed a huge killer whale that was formerly an orca has decided to join the celebration and is now charging directly at us. South East kayak, creating a spectacular sight. The kayaker must have been in wonderment as they saw these breathtaking animals up close. It feels like something out of a strange documentary, yet it's actually just another day out on the sea in Johnstone Strait, when unexpected whale sightings transformed an otherwise mundane kayak ride. Journey into a remarkable adventure. Much obliged. Half-eaten shark. A fishing excursion occurred in March 2023.
Oh my God, he just got bit in half.
The supreme predator took an unexpected turn and bit him in half. Was discovered in the Gulf of Mexico, halfway devoured while clumsily navigating around a bunch of fishermen. Fishing lures right as this wounded shark surfaced from the ocean floor. Not only was it not alone, but it was like a shark version of Sea Battle, only the massive 10-foot bull shark had bitten off a large chunk of its flank. The tail, sensing the danger, cut the wire at the hook in a flash. Releasing the injured shark, if you look at that bite mark, you'll see that he's in trouble. The water froze when the fisherman set free the battered shark. Examined the bite mark. Slow-moving sunfish. See this dive that took place in the Channel Islands in September 2011, when it discovered a gigantic mola mola. But the worst part is that someone was so callous that they removed the fins from this unfortunate sunfish before returning it to the sea. This helpless creature was living on borrowed time, unable to swim or move about without them. Gradually dimming, it was quite heartbreaking. And here's the kicker. Sea stars were circling, likely considering it as a potential meal. May be extremely harsh, witnessing this underwater catastrophe. The diver felt helpless. It was as if there had been a quiet unfolding beneath the surface of the ocean, an incredible mola mola, an incredibly harsh performance. The ocean.
Bull shark.
And a leisurely and unforeseen turn of events occurred when a party of sea divers were bidding farewell to a bull shark. When the bull turned there, it was tense, but it wasn't aggressive. An incredible feat was accomplished by one of the brave divers. He initially, as he gently stroked the shark's fur and opened its jaws in the technique, it's like something out of an underwater thriller. The other shocked onlookers stared in wonder as their friend dared to confront the formidable predator. The unexpected might be somewhat shocking. Yet these scuba divers managed to turning an impending disaster into an inspiring story. Strange hammerhead. While enthusiastically casting his line on a fishing trip in August 2022, this fisherman felt a powerful tug. As he extracted it from the water, he discovered that it was actually a juvenile hammerhead shark.
Hey, man. Half his body's gone. Oh, no way!
Dude, what was even more perplexing was the fish was attacked by a shark or larger fish, which consumed much of its tail as it bled out. Almost finished indeed, this juvenile hammerhead demonstrated that on the open seas, where a more formidable predator is constantly lurking in the darkness, discussing an absolutely bonkers narrative twist. Terrifying buffer against attack. A fisherman using a paddle boat was in the midst of the most memorable part of his journey when, out of the blue, he saw a man who was kayak fishing, stumbled upon a pair of blue manatees right beneath him.
I think that is a manatee. How freaking cool is this?
As he moved closer to have a manate, how absolutely amazing is this? In an effort to liven things up, the manatee decided to run away while spraying. Water was exploding in such a violent fashion that it appeared like an underwater explosion was ripping across the ocean. As the kayaker waited,
I'm out. Whoa!
It was cold when the GoPro started recording, transformed a mundane day into a fantastical story because of the antics of a mischievous man. Vacation, particularly when lakeside. Bereft whale caught in a net. A diver caught a very touching sight off the coast of Lari, Italy, that will inspire you to have faith in people. Italian scuba divers, who resemble aquatic superheroes, discovered a whale entangled in a chaotic fishing net. They sprang into action, dove into the depths and rescued the net without hesitation. In Danger Animal, it seemed as if they were performing a magic show under the waves, showcasing their collaboration and perfection. Released the whale from its shackle, allowing it to once again swim freely through the ocean. More. The seal took an eel. Introducing a cunning little seal with some mischievous supper ideas angling for a large haul, the fisherman toiled away with his line will soon be here. But this cunning seal had other plans. Instead of work, this cunning fisherman chose to play it cool by waiting calmly in the water, watching the fisherman's every move. And suddenly, it appears, he has it. It was obvious that the seal acted swiftly the second the fisherman hooked a fish, jumping out of the water to grab the prize. Speaking of a meal in certain cases, all it takes to have a decent supper is a little luck, as demonstrated by the successful theft of that seal. Burst of brilliance, performed the trickle. Exquisite white shark experience. It's more than just a vehicle that you should make sure the ground is clear of any wildlife before chasing away the two guys who wanted to ride their new jet ski until at that very moment. The terrifying top predator in the ocean, the great white shark, presented itself in an unusual way while swimming backwards. Yes, it did, in fact. What took place? What the fuck? Is that the norm, or what? I felt like I was watching a shark perform. A little aquatic acrobatics. It's likely that the tourists were wondering if this was all for real as they snapped these photos. Someone recorded the incredible sight of a shark defying gravity. Nature certainly threw a curveball that day, even in the deep blue, as sharks possessed a hidden ability for swimming in a top-down fashion. Shinky Pie submerged in the ocean Airbnb. Listen up, everyone. Take a look at this. Some divers were simply relaxing in a jellyfish's behavior might suddenly shift from its usual buoyant state to that of a fully fledged undersea creature. Housing for these incredibly little fish, it really did occur. I assure you of that. The normally unassuming jellyfish unexpectedly became a safe haven for the little creatures. It seemed as if the diver had stumbled onto a miniature fish village, complete with a kind host jellyfish. Who would have believed that a jellyfish could be a floating fortress in the middle of the ocean? There are a lot of wild, pleasant surprises. Astonishing shark. Under control, you won't believe what this diver was just going about his day when he noticed something out in the water. Quite stunning, oh my God. He found a shark with a ripped mouth. What the diver is likely thinking is that I saw a shark with a ripped mouth. It looked like a scene from a surreal underwater film. I thought I was seeing things, but he caught it all on camera, thanks to the Ray Shark. Nature has a way of surprising us with unexpected twists and turns, and it's heartbreaking to think about the suffering this shark must have undergone. A dolphin leaped into and once upon a time, the boat was witness to an extraordinary event. The sea wanted in on the fishing action. The day a dolphin decided to go for a boat ride was an event that every single person on board could relate to. While on a fishing expedition in the Bahamas, a large group of people suddenly, a mischievous dolphin decided to join the boat's fishing expedition, and whoops, dived forward into the watercraft. Oh my goodness, let us not forget about the unexpected visitor. Set in, but luckily, they were able to think on their feet and summon assistance right away, allowing the dolphin to make it through the ordeal unscathed. Went back to its aquatic habitat. I appreciate you sticking around to see my video. Make sure you hit that like button. Please hit the subscribe button once again. I'm grateful. I'll see you in my upcoming video.